this is Angie Wong, and I'm president of Legacy PAC. I just want to thank all of our followers. We're close to 100,000 followers on Facebook, and we've only been around for a few short months. So thank you again. I'm going to ask you for your continued support leading up to 2024. Please donate to legacy-pac.org. That's legacy-pac.org. Thank you, and we'll see you on the campaign trail.
Where should I look?
Hi, this is Stan Fitzgerald with Veterans for Trump and Legacy PAC. I'm here with my friend Cindy Martin from Georgia, who is with the Forsyth County Mama Bears. How are you today, Cindy?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, thank you. So some of you may know, but for those of you who haven't seen this news, Cindy and her team made national news with litigation here in Georgia. So Cindy, can you walk us through that a little bit, the background of what happened and what you did?
Sure, I sure can. Thank you for having me. This was about a year ago. A friend of mine told me that there were sexually explicit books in our school libraries. This is something that has been happening around the nation, parents waking up to what's going on in the school. I did not believe this person, so I did the research myself. And yes, I found very highly sexualized books that promote and fantasize sex to our children in our children's libraries. So, but there were so many. I did the research and I searched the database, and there were so many of these books that I knew that I couldn't challenge all of them on my own. So I put a notice out on social media and I said, hey, are there any other moms out there who want to challenge these books with me? And Mama Bears came forward. Moms came out and they said, yes, I will help. And we just kind of started calling ourselves the Mama Bears. It was just a perfect fit for what we were doing and how we felt. And so what we did was we first went to the school system and said, hey, do you know these books are in our school system? We gave them the list of books, we gave them excerpts, and we heard crickets. We said, hey, we want these out, and we heard crickets, nothing. So then we said, okay, what about, we asked for an audit. We went to the school board meeting and we asked for an audit so that we could at least know all of the books that were good and bad, right? Because the moms couldn't find them all. I couldn't find them all. They said no to the audit. Then we asked for a rating system, such as you have in the movie industry or gaming industry, so that parents know what their child is about to be exposed to so they can make good decisions. They said no. Then we asked for a separate section in the library and they said no. So that's when we decided, okay, we're not making any progress here. We've made a lot of common sense solutions. We presented them and they're not listening to us. So we are going to go to the board meeting and we are going to read these books out loud so that the board members will hear it and be embarrassed and forced to do something. And also so that the community will hear it, because so many people were not believing how bad these books are. And literally they're so bad that I can't read them on TV. No newspaper will print them. So we knew that our only shot was to read them at the board meetings where it's videotaped and it can go out and people can hear it. And that is exactly what we did. We had 8 of our fierce Mama Bears ready to stand up and read these books, but we were immediately shut down at the meeting. We were gavelled and we were told that we were breaking the rules. And they said that they were trying to protect children. That's why they wouldn't let us read the books. The books that are in our children's libraries that they are providing. So anyways, so they shut us down. We came back the next meeting, they shut us down again. And then at that meeting, one of my Mama Bears refused to stand down. And so they banned her until she apologized to them and said that she would obey their rules, which meant giving up her First Amendment rights to free speech. And she refused. And that's how the lawsuit got started.
And then I was reading up on this and I saw at some point in time, a federal judge issued an order in your favor, but at the same time, he said profanity was allowed. So, and what do you make of all that? I mean, the wordings in these books is explicit. How is this not lewd, for our children? One question at a time, so sorry. So what do you make of all that transpiring?
Yeah, so the Board of Education was trying to shut us down with their public participation rules that say that you're not allowed to say anything profane, rude, or defamatory. And so they were basically saying we were saying things profane, but those were not our personal remarks. We were reading from books that they're providing to our children. So that's why we were trying to say it's our First Amendment right to be able to say these things. The judge clearly agreed with this, that when you are stating something for political or philosophical purposes, you are allowed to say what you want to your government officials. That's what the First Amendment is all about, is to have the freedom to address your grievances with your government officials. The judge even tossed out one of their other rules, which was you cannot address the board members by name. We were never allowed to address them by name. The judge threw that out. He was like, yeah, you're allowed to. And guess what? Our county actually threw that out of their public participation rules as well for their meetings, because they realized it was unconstitutional. So yeah, we had a big win for parents around the nation, and we are so very grateful.
It's a huge win. It made national news, and I hope it set legal precedent. And the irony, which I didn't get out, what I was asking was, it's amazing to me that it's okay for the kids to read it, but then you're not allowed to talk about it in a public setting with
Exactly.
the school board. It's crazy. It's
Well, to your point, when they gavelled us and said that they were trying to protect children, the room erupted in laughter.
right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
crazy.
yeah.
So when you got this victory, you got a check for 1791, and I liked this story. So can you tell that story for our viewers?
I certainly can. So the bigger news is that the county was ordered to pay $107,000 for our legal fees. So that was a huge penalty for our school system, and a huge warning shot to all school systems around our nation, that if you suppress a person's right to free speech, you will pay a heavy price. But obviously we did not want any, financial gain from this. So we asked for $17.91 to honor the year that the First Amendment was ratified. And so we both received a check. Allison and my other mama bear, received a check. And I have plans to frame it with the Constitution up on my wall and be able to tell my grandchildren about it someday.
Well, I mean, in my mind, in our organization's mind, the work you've done here, which has taken well over a year, and the victory you've won for protecting our children and our constitutional rights. We have a monthly program where we name the Hero of the Month with Veterans for Trump. And it's not always a military person or law enforcement officer. And this month, I am announcing, are our Hero of the Month for all the work that you've done in Georgia, which has national impact. So congratulations, Cindy.
Oh, wow, what an honor. This is wonderful. Thank you so much. It's an absolute my blessing to be able that God, allowed me this wonderful opportunity to speak for parents around the nation, and all the glory goes to God.
Well, you keep up the good work. And as I said, my team is going to personally help you free of charge with anything you need going forward. As far as keeping up the good fight, I just heard some very disturbing news from people in your circle. It's not something that you're personally involved with, but it's something that is coming into Georgia, and it's very disturbing. Can you kind of give us the background on what's going on here?
Yes. So as we know, this battle is not going to this battle's not going to stop with sexually explicit books. This battle is much broader and bigger than that. And so there is a huge agenda coming for our children, a huge sexual agenda coming for our children. And so what we found out recently, our wonderful Forsyth County found out, is that they will be hosting, there will be a drag show for children being hosted in our community in April. And this is something that does not align with our community standards. This is something that is wrong. It is wrong and it is evil. And I believe men in our community are going to stand in the gap and stand up to protect our families and our children.
And I do want to point out to our viewers, I believe the date is April 23rd in
That
Forsyth
is
County.
correct.
Veterans for Trump and our personal team here in Georgia, we're going to be involved in protecting these children. So there's a good team in the actual immediate area that'll be working on this. So any of you interested in helping can reach out to myself personally, Stan Fitzgerald, Veterans for Trump. It's all over the internet. Just Google that and you'll be able to get in touch with me. Cindy, thank you for your time. Please continue this good fight and we'll talk again soon.
All right. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for your time. Thanks for coming on. Bye-bye now.
Bye.